Hello, world. Welcome to our show, JW Raw with Eminem, coming to you live from the world-famous Jackson Week MMA Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. Yes, we are in USA, Albuquerque. This is Mark, and I'd like to give a shout-out to our awesome partners that help us keep the show on the air and keep bringing you some interesting guests from different walks of life. Our fighters and athletes are constantly on the lookout for products that will provide a legal performance edge. Legal performance edge, yes. A couple years back, we came across a nutraceutical company that has an incredible technology. Since then, many of the fighters who train at Jackson Wink MMA Academy have been using their products with astounding success. Unlike most sports performance companies, this company began selling their products through doctors. Their unique technologies help the body heal and maintain exceptional health. For this reason, their products are recommended by doctors worldwide. Yes, worldwide. So how does this translate to sports performance? The truth is, you will never be stronger than you are healthy. How many times have we heard of star athletes who miss a big competition because they're out sick? The same technology that is used to boost the immune system and to detoxify, nourish, and rejuvenate the body is the same technology that boosts strength, endurance, and even cuts unwanted body fat, because we don't want to get fat. We are pumped to finally let you know about our best-kept secret here at Jackson Wink MMA Academy. The company is called RNA Sport. You can find them online at rnasport.com. Again, rnasport.com. Look them up. RNA Sport creates incredible sports performance formulas for elite athletes. Our fighters use and love these products. One of the most important things to know about RNA Sport formulas is their ease of use. It's very easy to use, yes. No more messy powders or hard-to-swallow pills. RNA Sport formulas are delivered directly into the body in a simple-to-take, great-tasting sprays. With high absorption, RNA Sport formulas can be taken immediately before a workout or competition with no lag time. RNA Sport formulas support increased strength and endurance, reduced joint and muscle fatigue, improved recovery, a healthy immune system, optimized metabolism, and a whole lot more. RNA Sport provides benefits and technology unlike any performance products you have ever experienced. I highly recommend you to check out rnasport.com and use their products. They will take your performance to the next level. In our next podcast, we will review the amazing benefits of their specific formulas. JW Raw is happy to also have Fireteam Fit as a longtime sponsor. They are a veteran-owned fitness company that is now partnered with the greatest gym in the world, Jackson Wink MMA Academy. Fireteam Fit is giving a special offer of 15% off. That is right, 15% off all their products, all of them. Go check it out, all their products. All you have to do is enter a code. The secret code is JWRAW015. Again, JWRAW, just like the show, 015. Enter that secret code. You're going to get 15% off everything you buy. Make sure you do that at checkout, and then you'll get that discount. We love having Fireteam Fit as a sponsor since they are family and veteran-owned. That is so cool. We love our veterans. We love our family. Both in one big, happy group. We're happy to have them. It's available on both fireteamfit.com and on amazon.com. Everyone knows how to find Amazon. If you're on Amazon, you're legit. You can go find them on Amazon or check out their website, fireteamfit.com. But don't forget to enter that coupon code. Remember, use JWRAW015.
You're listening to JW Raw with Eminem.
We are live. Welcome to the show, Kayla Danger Yontef.
Hi, what's up?
It's Hebrew, right, Yontef?
Yeah, it's Hebrew. It means holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah.
Your last name is a holiday.
Yeah.
Life is a holiday for you.
That's why you're always flowing through life.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way, for sure.
That's how I see every day, just chilling.
First off, we gotta talk about this haircut you got yesterday. It's fresh. You gotta turn around and show that to the camera.
What way?
Take your headphones off and
around?
point it at that camera.
Okay. Like
There you go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That is some serious JW dedication right there.
That's official.
We just had to point that out,
Yeah, there seems to be this big misunderstanding that stands for J. Jackson Wink. I guess just because I go here. Actually stands for Jiggly Wieners. So just to clear it up real quick for you guys.
Jiggly Wieners, huh?
Yeah.
Jiggly wieners.
Is that something you prefer, or what's?
You know what? They equal ground. I like the hot dogs that have like the cheese injected in them. Those I used to like eat those raw when I was young.
Wow.
The fuck are we talking about?
When she was young,
like
back,
all confused.
Back when you were 400 pounds, is that
Yeah, that was a go-to snack for 400-pound
Kayla.
Because you're a success story. We're going to talk
an
about
inspiration,
that. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you came a long way to become who you are right now.
Yeah, I mean, despite anything that might have happened, 400 pounds, kind of had an abusive father, kind of just financial different, just out of everything, I consider myself the luckiest girl alive.
And we're lucky to have
one
you.
of them.
Yeah.
Because I wake up every day and I get to, do what I love, be around who I love, just have so much honesty in my life every day. And that's just such a rare thing. That's something I feel so incredibly blessed to be a part of, for sure.
You're a badass.
How did it what was that switch that turned you to, I guess, turn your life around?
A healthy life.
Because being 400 pounds, as in this world, there's a lot of obese people, right, that don't do anything about it, and usually look at people and be like,
why's he got to look at me when he says that?
He's not obese. He's just out of shape.
Right.
Out of shape. But 400 pounds. That's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of weight.
Especially for a
even
child,
a child and a female and stuff like that.
Right.
That could be very depressing to a point where you just literally don't do
for
anything
sure.
about it and just keep growing and just end up dead. Really.
I think that when somebody is that physically obese, or especially like a young person,
usually give up.
Right. Not only that,
the
but
fact that, this is who I am,
it's
and
usually
that's
not
it.
just that you're fat either. It's usually
It's mental.
something inside as
It's
well.
mental, yeah.
And that was definitely my case with my dad and such, like I was saying. But when I was 13, 14, and he left, life just started changing. My mom made very good steps forwards, just trying not to do processed food as much. And I followed along and just got obsessive.
Starts with family too.
Yeah, I got obsessive.
That's good, because you'll see a lot of people take their kids to McDonald's and they're already heavy, and it's just
what are you doing? They don't even know. They don't even know, because it's advertised as an average kind of thing to
and
eat.
Fun. It's fun environment.
My mom didn't know.
Happy place.
Yeah, but but you turned it around. She turned it around. She realized. She did her research.
Right.
It's not that hard to not realize that this is not good for you.
Right.
It's everywhere, right? People talk about it. You read things, you see things, you hear things. Everyone knows it's not good for you.
Right.
So, why would you not take steps to better up your life? Especially, and it starts all when you're young, right? It's kind of engraved into these children and this families too. You'll see they look identical. Like parents are heavy,
right.
Kids are heavy, and they just going on about their life like it's normal. It's it's supposed to be like that. But no one born is that heavy, right?
Right.
It's no one born is obese,
Right.
right? You kind of develop it over time. That's why there's
I don't
choices
even
to be
think-
made, right?
Yeah, choices, but I don't think it's a malevolent thing. I think, it's easy to say that from the outside, but I think it's a lack of knowledge. And, in other countries, you don't have to look for a healthy option. The option just is healthy,
Yeah.
What I'm saying? I shouldn't have to make the conscious, emotionally exhausting effort at every single meal to avoid
There's not
poisoning
there's not a
myself,
McDonald's on every single corner. I was in Japan last year, and you have to search for a McDonald's or a KFC.
Right, Colorado too.
Yeah.
I noticed that. That was
why
one of
did
the
you search?
Yeah, well.
things.
Because to get to Japan, I gotta find McDonald's.
Oh, then you
6
look at the
miles
menu,
away.
and even their menu is different. It's like, what the hell is this? Why is there an egg on this hamburger? I
Yeah.
mean, what is this? And their large Coke is this big.
Good.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah,
Supersize it.
Yeah.
For
there's
sure.
no such thing as supersize over there.
It's almost, unless you're making the conscious effort not only to make those healthy choices but to educate yourself, you're going to end up obese in this kind of culture we're currently in. You know, that's definitely an issue for sure.
Well, let's back it up a little bit. So you mentioned up until you were 12, 13 years old, Dad was around, and then he went away. So
Right.
I guess Dad was part of the problem then, feeding you just junk or
Not
depression,
feeding,
the
you
abuse
know,
you mentioned.
not feeding at, you know, a combination for sure. But unfortunately, I can say that I went to McDonald's for like 2 meals a day, you know?
Wow.
Like 2 meals a day. Yeah, for sure.
You
It
know
was
what's-
just normal, you know?
You know what's crazy? And I'll tell you a story about me real quick. Because when I was in the Navy, right, I was living on base, you know, no wife, no nothing. I'm by myself, obviously, you know.
Fast
you're
food.
lazy, a lot of fast food. We had base, on base, McDonald's, all type of crap food, right? And I was still like 26, 27 of age, right? Never had problem with cholesterol, nothing like this, right? So, and I literally lived off of junk food because, like, you know, I have no...
It tastes good.
It tastes good. It's
cheap.
fast.
Salty.
It's cheap.
It's
It's fast. Boom, boom. You know, this and that.
Body's still working. Why not?
Exactly. Dude, I went to do my blood work after like a year on that shit. It was all messed up.
Wow, there's that guy.
All messed up,
That guy
bro.
that did
And
that
this is-
test.
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
he did a few years ago.
Supersize me.
Yeah, super.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
made a
he was
movie.
just like-
he
he was
just
just
ate McDonald's every
lived
day,
off
all
of
day.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why would people make a conscious decision to do that to themselves and eat
It's
like
not a
that?
conscious decision. That's the
Well,
thing.
It is some kind. It is a decision, right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna go there. You know, it is the conscious decision. The way I see it, I mean, you
What's your
consciously
What's your
going
opinion on
there.
that? If it's not
What
a
kind of
conscious
decision is that? If it's not like
I don't think that I think that, you know, there's a conscious area of our brain and an unconscious area of our
it's in
brain.
the middle, I don't know. But
And in the middle, right? But, you know, do you wake up and think about the clothes you put on every day? Like, I kind of just throw on my clothes and go, you know, whatever's comfortable, you know? But I don't think maybe, like, where my clothes come from, how it's going to affect my body if it did have, you know?
Well, but
It's
that's not
just kinda
necessarily
something
true
we've
because
done.
everybody's wired differently. Some people do.
Yeah.
That when they get up, that's their big decision of the day. What am I going to wear today?
like right now, if I'll put that stuff in my system, like I'll feel guilty. I feel guilty. Like I
Yeah.
had like some sweets this morning, which I'm trying to stay away with. I felt guilty.
Nice. What'd you get?
No, I went to the Einstein Bagels and stuff. Got a bagel. And, like,
You had
they
a
have some-
bagel,
there's
that's
some-
sweet.
No.
Bagel?
They had
He put the cream cheese
There's
on
some
it.
cookies on there, and I had cookies. and I
Some
got
cookies.
He ate a cookie.
Hazelnut. Was that like hazelnut pastry? and
Oh,
stuff,
you
and
bad
it's
man.
Oh,
delicious,
man.
He is a
With
bad
chocolate.
man, Misha.
Yeah, he was like bagel. Bagel with some cream cheese. Okay, I had a.
Then-
Okay, is that what you wanted to hear, Kayla?
He didn't want to. He didn't want to mention the cookie.
But either way, how did that transportation go? Transformation. I mean, how did it go? Like, how did you make it? I mean, it had to be so hard. I mean, to lose 400 pounds. I mean,
When
not-
you
Well,
take
not 400
not
pounds.
400, but I'm saying 300.
At least
let's say.
300.
when you
250.
take that poison out of life, you start just fixing your, you know, I made the conscious decision. You know, I would always, like, I remember this one day we went to IHOP. It was really special because we didn't do that, right? But I remember I was eating, and I remember I looked across at a table, and these kids probably hated each other, right? But they were like some high school friends, and they were just hanging out there, being friends, having, you know, fun, talking about homework. And I was like, wow. And I didn't even look at it like something I could have, or like a pity, like, oh, I don't have that. It was more like, that's just something that's reserved for a special type of person, and I'm not that person. The happiness I see on TV isn't for me. That's just not me. It wasn't even a sad thing. It was just, that is not me.
Wow.
And I decided, like, man, I kind of want to die. Like, it's just kind of boring. You know, it's just,
Like, what's my purpose, right? Like, what
yeah,
is
you know,
like,
it was
how
almost
can I
like
live that?
I was in a hallway, a dark hallway, and the only thing was a glowing exit sign, but it was a light, you know? So it was like, you're in this hallway or you go. And I was like, maybe I can find a light switch, you know? And so I decided I was just going to look for a light switch. I was just going to go through the room with my hand on the wall, slow by slow, and search for a light switch. And the internet is probably, you know, beginning out, like, I think my worst diet was like watermelon and eggs. Like, I ate 2 eggs
so
and like
many
half.
diets. The Atkins and the
Yeah,
the-
you know, I was just concerned about calories. I didn't even want to be healthy. I just wanted to lose weight so that I could go to high school, because
as
I was
fast as you
homeschooled.
possibly could. Yeah.
I was homeschooled, right? I just was like, I just want to get to like 250 pounds so I can go to high school and maybe make friends. Like, that sounds pretty pathetic, right? But like, look where I am now, right?
Yeah.
But
You got
I can
tons of
say I
friends.
haven't had fast food since I was 15 or 14.
Wow.
Very good.
Holy
Not
cow,
once.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I once
You're a very
had.
strong
Yeah.
individual.
Wow.
Very strong individual.
I mean, I am. I'd like to think that I am. I'm definitely working on it for sure, but I think a lot of it's habit. You know,
Yeah, we're creatures of
disciplines-
habit. Yeah, discipline and habit. If you become
Yeah.
disciplined and you work on it, it becomes your habit too. Like
Right.
it's something that you just do without any.
right.
It's like I was going to
Absolutely.
grappling, right? You addicted to, you can't do. You know, it became part of your discipline. Like where this is something that you have to do to live, right?
Absolutely.
The same thing. So you just go without even thinking about like, oh, should I go? Should I not? You just go.
And you know what
Same
else?
thing
The
here.
way you do. I'm a firm believer in the way you do one thing is the way you will do everything.
Yeah.
And so when I was able to break a bad habit and do something and see that improvement in my life, it gave me confidence. And it gave me the confidence to start other things. You know, like I realized, wow, once I went to high school especially, I was like, wow, look at all these kids. Like they all have stories and it's like they all have things they did this weekend. And I just realized suddenly like how much life I missed out on.
Oh yeah.
Like I was, you know.
So from that to
Yeah.
this and into MMA, how the hell that happened? I
Yeah.
mean, one way is just like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna get better and lose weight and live my life happily ever after.
Yeah.
But no, she has to take it further. She has to go
Right.
and punch people in the face.
Try to. Yeah,
Which you do very well. I mean, you're what, a 3-0 already, Sammy? A 4-0?
I'm 3-0 currently.
3-0 with a belt.
But
Puppy mill, what?
Yeah,
Puppy mill.
but I think that, you know, amateur belts kind of, you know, it's like
They
I'm not
matter.
undefeated. I'm untested, right?
Well,
No,
You know,
but
so humble, so humble. Yeah.
Yeah.
do I have your belt? We have it in the
You
Oh,
do.
shit,
Yeah,
here we
you
go.
took that right away. Right away. I was like, can I send a picture to my mom?
No. But your mom is
The
a big
belt
part of
thief.
your life. I know that.
Yeah.
And she supports you.
My mom's my
wholeheartedly.
biggest hero. My
That's,
mom's.
she's a very nice.
She's
lady.
watching.
I-
Hey, hi,
Yeah.
mom. Hi, mom.
Hi, mommy. I love you.
I met her. Very nice lady.
Yeah, you know, she's my biggest phone bill, my biggest supporter. You know, anytime I wake up in the morning and I'm sore, or I'm like, oh man, I kind of, you know, don't want to go today, or something like that, or like I don't feel good, whatever. Or, oh, look at me, I have to, you know, eat asparagus and fish tonight for dinner. Oh, pity me. I just remember my mom and like, you know, I'm like so grateful. Like,
Sacrifices.
She
the
has to-
sacri-
she has to
exactly.
be
That's
such a
exactly
big-
what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
she
Yeah.
probably had to so much to do.
All
with-
the
with help-
sacrifices
with
she's
helping
made.
you lose weight and
Yeah.
getting you
Good for
there.
you, mom.
Oh, and by the way, my mom recently lost, like, she was telling me she went from 200 to 170 recently.
shit.
Yeah.
So you inspired
30
your
pounds is
mom.
a big deal.
You
Yeah.
inspired your mom.
That's what yeah.
Wow.
I think a
Runs
good
in-
family
Inspiration
bounces off each other.
Inspiration runs in the family.
She's
yeah.
watching her daughter do all this badass shit, and she's like, man,
Oh, dude, I taught my mom some so back home, one
Yeah.
of my favorite things to
Self-defense.
do, teach my mom some stuff. And like, yeah, I would have wanted to teach my mom self-defense, and she's pretty good. She rotates her punches and such.
nice.
You know, she's getting there. Yeah, I'm gonna make a little music video for her someday.
There you go.
But you know, she's worst play spar, and she always hits way too hard.
Yeah.
But you know, that's okay.
Hey, she deserves it. She's earned
Yeah, I don't mind.
it. Yeah.
I don't mind. It's nothing's cooler than like
Be her sparring partner.
Sparring.
teaching
yeah.
someone MMA, right? But the one thing she throws out of everything the best, spinning back kick.
Oh wow.
Spinning back kick.
Wow.
Out of nowhere.
She is a little, like, excuse me saying like her age, but like almost 50-year-old lady, you
Doing
know,
spinning back kicks.
with a mean spinning back kick.
Wow.
And she's a private investigator.
She got some
Oh, wow.
hips.
Right. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's so crazy.
So what got her into private investigating? What's that all about? This is-
That came from dad, you know,
wow. Oh, cool.
abused wife, you know, got off her feet and, you know, went through the process of pursuing and, you know, child support and all that kind of stuff, putting, you know, in jail
Good for
single-handedly, no lawyer, no help, no money.
her. So she's out tracking down.
And now she
people.
owns her own private investigation
very
business
cool.
in Tucson.
Oh wow.
It's called Maxo Investigations.
Max O.
Maxo,
Wow.
MAXO Investigations.
How cool is that?
Yeah,
That
and
is
she
really cool.
She just slided
Shout
that
out.
plug
Yeah,
right
shout
in.
out. shout
yeah, shout out, mommy.
Shout
Don't
out
mess with
Maxo.
Kayla, you will be tracked down.
Dude.
Is she like
You
the
got some
is she
stalkers
like
yet?
Liam Neeson of Taken?
I don't know, but I know my mom like looked up everything about this place before she let me come out here.
She did a background check.
I guess we passed. See, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good, man.
She didn't see the information about the puppy mill yet.
Yeah, it wasn't available at that point.
Yeah. But
good for her.
Yeah, she finds missing kids and such.
That is amazing.
Yeah, like she does divorce things, helping moms and such. And she
catching cheating wives.
She did not go to
husbands.
college. She did not, she just tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Tooth and nail.
So let me back. But so she's for high, right? Obviously, people, let's say if you have a missing kid, right, you go to her and then you research her. Obviously, and see
I'm not sure if she's currently taking those cases at the moment. But
she's done those.
Tucson, Arizona is where she
Probably
she
a lot
has
of insurance work and
yeah.
stuff.
That is pretty crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's an angel's work, really, like, because sometimes police can't track him down.
From going to a victim to helping, find kids that, not even police could find.
Wow. Good for her.
Yeah.
That's
She's
an
my
honorable job.
Because to me, I don't know much, because obviously, a lot of policemen go into private investigation after, right? So
right.
something like...
Yeah, it's usually a
For
retirement
me, it's
job
one of those, like, myth type of jobs, because I know nothing about it. It has to be,
right.
like,
It's
something crazy.
It's a nook and cranny kind of thing. Like, if you... Like, that's pretty... Like, I didn't realize growing up, but...
Yeah, you have possessed some kind of...
Well, your mom's a good example that that you don't have to be a detective or a police officer to do that job. You just have to have that.
Have the instinct.
That drive to want to track people down, and
it also,
she self-taught herself a lot of stuff.
It's a lot, like I was saying with me and fighting. Anytime I wake up and feel bad for myself, I look at my mom. She's one of the greatest fighters out there. Maybe not physically, though, that spinning back kick, right? But the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, and she is absolutely a fighter, and I absolutely, anything positive I got was from her.
Good.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Very good to hear, having that people have that type of relation with their parents, because everyone's so different, everyone's family is different, but
right.
When you hear something like that, it's pretty inspiring.
Like I said, I'm the luckiest.
So Arizona.
Luckiest.
And we're lucky to have you.
Yes.
Luckiest.
And she's teaching Wink's kids. Kayla is.
Yeah, that's a new job for you.
Yeah.
How's that going?
That's fun. Like I said, I love...
You have good personality.
There's this glow
Great
in
instructor.
someone's eyes when they learn something they've been struggling with, and it clicks. And I love seeing that in anyone. Like when I teach my mom, when I teach those kids, I think of me, like if I had gotten into martial arts as a child, that would have changed my life.
Yeah.
That would have changed a lot of people. I'm pretty sure everyone could agree, you know?
100%. I had my son wrestling since 5.
Nice.
The Russians.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Wrestling's intense too,
Football, any type of sport. Like, you have to put your kids in sport.
But at the gym, like her first, second day there, like all the kids just flocked to her and they're starting to hold her hands, and I just saw that her evil planning. She's like, I'm developing a bunch of minions.
My minions.
Yeah.
Wink's Gym. So you train at Wink's Gym. It's a family gym here in town.
And with your personality, I think kids will gravitate towards you all the time,
thank you.
because you're always happy and positive and smiling. And
between
joking.
you and Henry and Will, there's some great coaches.
You're a
over
good
there.
addition to that gym.
Yeah. And you know what? My plan, my master plan with this. All right. So I'm going to raise all those kids. I'm going to make sure they're really good. Everything I know, I'm going to teach it to them. I'm going to make them do all the push-ups, going to make them everything.
Good.
They are going to be 100% fight ready. And then I'm going to bring like 30 of them in here, and I'm going to make them fight the heavyweights. I'm going to see how many it takes John Jones
Here we go.
to take on how many.
Well, John's going to be training again pretty soon. Like any day now, he'll be back in here. So it's exciting.
You're pretty much part of the future generation, like, developing. Like, you are the, like, what, fourth wave, I guess?
Fourth generation,
Fourth generation, you growing another generation that might come, like 6, 7, 8, 9, down the line.
How awesome.
So that's pretty
Fourth
crazy.
generation.
It's like I got the opportunity to just join a family.
And you know what's crazy about it? I
Like-
always say that when you teach special martial arts, you become a better martial artist yourself, because you usually reinforce the things that work for you, and you're going to teach the things that work, right?
Basics.
The basics and things like that, and they make yourself better fighter, better martial artist, stronger in many aspects of training.
More than anything.
That's very good for you.
Yeah, more than
Very good for
anything, I feel it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we work so hard during camps. We get so caught in getting better, getting
for yourself.
being for ourselves, right? But
it's somewhat
at the
selfish
core,
sport,
yeah.
'cause you gotta.
At the core, that is what martial arts is: teaching those kids and seeing their improvement and seeing how it changes their personality, right?
Yeah.
I love to be part of
That's what Greg
that.
told me too. Is like Greg, I'm like, because I told Greg, I don't know if I have time to teach like jiu-jitsu, the basics and things like that. I just want to do it for myself. But he says, Misha, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, because when they start winning and they win, and you see things that you taught them, and then those things work, and then be like, it makes you. It's gonna make you feel so good, so proud, and so proud that like. Yeah, that what you were able to share, worked.
A comment just came in. From Lee Aldrich. It says, Kayla spent time teaching my disabled son as part of the Incredible MMA program. So I didn't even know you were helping out with the Incredible program.
I'm technically not, but they were over there.
You're an adopted coach for it.
Yeah, they were in the octagon, and I wanted to check it out.
What a badass. Look at you. Check you out. Dang. That's an incredible program, by the way, guys.
Step forward.
There was a story on, I think, Channel 7 that came in yesterday, and Holly happened to be training with the adaptive MMA, and we're trying to raise funds for that. We're having a big event at the end of October, so try to attend that and help out with that, because it's for an incredible cause. It started out with just 10 or so kids, and the thing's tripled, I think, in size in a matter of a couple months.
And the crazy thing is, not to be the pitch man of it, but $25 you donate. So you just skip coffee for like 3 days or 2 days.
That's Starbucks coffee.
Well, I don't know about coffee, but we can skip something else, right?
Something else. Yeah, okay, something else. And you can sponsor a kid for one sparring or training session.
Yeah.
And you actually can see it. It's crazy how both the coach and the kid light up. Both of them are like kids at Christmas punching the new toy.
Yeah.
You know how much martial arts helped me? It can help anyone like that, And it's proven time and time again. And that's what the base of martial arts is.
It all started with Shermanator.
It's very addictive. There's something in there, like it's something inside.
Primal.
Like endorphins, they come out, and like that's why we can't be without, right? We can't live without it. And that people with disabilities, they experience the same thing. They want to be part of something. They want to enjoy it. They want to move. They want to sweat. They want to fight. It's something natural that the person wants to do.
Isaac the Shermanator came in here, a couple years ago now?
Ooh, you got to get him back in here.
1 year anniversary is coming up.
It's coming all the time.
When he was on the show, or the fight.
Everything.
But so me and Misha fell in love with this kid immediately. We call him a kid. He's 30.
He's a hugger, man. He gives you like 10 hugs a day, man. It's hard not to.
He's a rock star, man. We
went to his house.
We were at the casino.
We went to his house the other day.
Just a couple weekends ago.
For his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he is a baller. He's got his own gym in his bedroom.
he's got like a little prince bedroom.
Yeah.
With like.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's living pretty good. Yeah, he's living the life, and so ever since he came into the gym that first time, we fell in love with the guy, and Diego has taken him under the wing, and that fight they had just went viral. 30 million, 50 million viewers of that whole situation.
Shared everywhere.
Yeah.
And so more and more people started asking about it. Hey, how do I get my kid involved in this? And he's got special needs, and of course the Winklejohns were like floored with it. It's like, wow, let's see if we can do something with this. And sure enough, here we are. So the adaptive MMA program that's taking off. And
how many programs does Wink have, besides fighters, right? Besides UFC fighters, right? He has the women, smart girl self-defense. He has the kids at his own gym, and the adapt that's a heavy load, and then he's working with each fighter 3 times a week when they have fights. And
he's been a coach for probably 30 over 30 years. So,
that's why it bugs me, man, when people are talking shit online, man. Like even though they don't exist really, but it bugs me, man.
Yeah.
He's a good man,
Plus, he was a world champ fighter, kickboxer back in the day. People forget about what a badass he was before he was ever a coach.
Yeah, people
and heck
don't
of
know.
A construction man too.
People don't know.
Plus, he's a contractor. Yes, he's a man of many hats. Mathematician. Me and Misha will be in the office doing some numbers, and Winkle figure that shit out in
He's
his
a
head.
freaking
We're looking for a
calculator.
By the time we even pull up our calculator on our phone, he's even figured it out and told us.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Like,
Wink
That's scary.
It
Wink
is scary.
very
Yeah,
good.
he's crazy with numbers. Little fun facts about the guy.
Ooh, nice.
So if you ever get your check, believe me, he's looked at that thing and he knows it.
Yeah, nice.
He'll deduct your
Great guy.
taxes. And
Great
he'll-
family, great people.
Yeah.
He'll do your tax return like in his head.
Nice.
He would, literally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so many people, Wink has such a hard workload, like just so much. Joey also, if you think about,
Coach Joey's a badass too. Yeah.
okay,
So
Joey runs
people
the
don't realize
amateurs.
how many lives depend on Coach Wink, and how
Yeah.
many lives not just depend but have
Intertwined.
a path, like a path, a direction, and things like that. That's why it's he's like the Godfather,
And you're part of the family now. Look at you.
So when you
I'm
how'd
in
you
the mafia.
Yeah.
how'd you get into the martial arts though? Tell me, like from all that you had to experience,
right.
how the hell did you get in?
So, I started, I went to high school for the first time from homeschool.
Homeschool. What a thing that is in itself.
It was only 60 kids in that school. It was Sky Islands High School. Like 60 in the whole high school.
Oh, that's
But
a
I
good adjustment then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still got anxiety. I still,
Yeah.
just taking it slow, right? But that was plenty for me. And I started just doing more and more. Just one more way I can get a little more life every single day. And I remember when I was little, there was like a free program that I went to, and it was karate. And I really loved it. I was there for about a week, and we did our first sparring session. And it was like for promotions. And I was like, wow, I'd love to get my yellow belt. So it was our first sparring section. I was like 7. And I went with this yellow belt girl who was like half my size, but twice my experience, because they were, trying to make even matchups. And I was a fat kid, right? And she wiped the floor with me. I was so embarrassed. And all the parents were watching, and then at the end they were talking about who gets promoted to yellow belt, and they told us kids to close our eyes, and that the parents, when their kid's name would come, to raise your hand if you felt like they deserved to get promoted, that's wild. That's crazy.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's crazy. That's what a free karate system looks like. But
Wow.
so of course I have my eyes open, right?
That's when they'll say like, oh, you're just a brown belt, and really how they make it. Oh, my daughter's like been a black belt since
Yeah,
she was
exactly.
10 years old.
Yeah.
You're just a brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
Master can.
It took you 10 years to get a black belt?
Yeah.
My
Even
daughter's
just
10.
karate, like in the week I was there, it made the biggest difference in my life.
Yeah.
I had something to look forward to, and that is so much for a kid who hates school, who hates this, who doesn't have any. That is so much. I had something to look forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays. And anyway, so I'm sitting there, and of course my name comes, and I have
You're
my eyes
peeking.
open, and not a single parent has their arm up. And I'm like, okay, well, at least my dad is. And I looked, and sure enough, he did not. In fact, when the other girl who beat me up, when she got her, like, when they came, my dad raised her, and I was like,
You're crushed.
I was like, I don't want anything to do with martial arts. This sucks. I'm not going to come back. Screw this.
So
But I remember just what a big, fun thing it was for me. And I remember one of the lies I would tell when I was little, because, lying was really the only way it could be interesting, right? Was that I was a black belt in karate.
So that's how you got into this program.
Yeah, no kidding. That
Just kidding.
little file, I was like, yeah, black belt. Found some videos online. Good at editing,
Kind of looks like you.
Yeah. All girls look alike, so, But,
in a gi. Yeah.
Yeah, in a gi, right? But, yes, so one of the many hobbies I was taking up, I tried martial arts. And I did the accordion as well. I play a little bit of the accordion. Yeah.
You still have one here? You got
I don't. I had to.
I was going to say, go get that thing. Let's play it.
You should play that when you're sparring. When you're sparring.
I'll put my hat on.
Yeah, I never got super good, but I can play the Legend of Zelda. Na 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 na.
That's a walkout right there. That's what you walk out
Walk out with that accordion,
and
man.
it's because I saw a video online of a guy on the unicycle playing that song on the accordion. They're so expensive that when I moved, I had to give mine back because I was just renting. But I got into art too.
Should start GoFundMe kind of accordion.
Yeah, my diet started getting really. I was just pushing myself, seeing how much watermelon can I eat a day, and nothing else.
Celine's cheering for you. Hi, Celine.
I love you, Celine.
Come on the show, Celine.
Celine,
come on in. Come on in, Celine. Get up here.
What's up, Ignis? Congrats, Ignis. Yeah, he just had the bad.
Oh yeah, congrats, Ignis and
badass you.
And Ernesta.
Ernesta, both
I think it's
family.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I know you're a badass jiu-jitsu practitioner because I roll with you.
Right, sorry.
And you're fucking good. You're good, like straight up good.
Oh, thank you.
I've seen you put it on like on a high level fighters.
Oh, thank you.
You're imposing your jiu-jitsu on. So how long have you been trained jiu-jitsu?
The same as I did everything, but so I went into my a cardio kickboxing place, just a cardio. It's called Boxing Inc. in Tucson, and they had MMA classes in the back. And slowly I started wandering in there, and I just want to do the Muay Thai class, but I accidentally messed up the schedule, and it was the jiu-jitsu class, and I did not want to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
I did not want to. You know, at that time in my life, I did not have this confidence. I was shy. I was quiet. I was still 250 pounds or maybe even bigger. But I was so
anxious. You were crushing people.
I could, yeah. Talk about, that was all my Naga wins, right? But, my anxiety, I didn't have the courage to be like, oh, I'm not doing this class. But I was there. So the coach, his name was Tyson Lord, and he actually came out to my last fight. He was my original coach, and he taught me my first 1-2, and he's seen me go from shy little girl to what I am now, obnoxious little girl.
You're not shy at all anymore. I don't know what happened to you.
Yeah.
Not a shy little girl.
I can't even imagine shy Kayla.
Dude, I used to just, and I was not at all, I had never done any sport in my life. And so physically, he's seen me go from knee push-ups to pull-ups on the bar. He's given me the advice, to get. He's been,
big part of it.
He was the first martial artist that I saw, and I was like, huh.
And what's his name? Who is it?
His name is Tyson Lord. He came here for my second fight.
Nice.
Shout out to you, sir. Shout out.
Yeah, Tyson. You're the man.
Good heart.
Professor.
That's what you need to do. See, now since you're teaching the kids, now you know how to be.
Right. Sure he gave me my mentality.
Yeah, it's good.
He taught me all amazing things, introduced me to jiu-jitsu, got my striking, my first sparring sessions, all with him. But more than anything, he gave me my mentality, and we would watch fights together, and he would point out things, fight IQ things, like, hey, he could improve on this, he could do that, like little things like that. And he taught me, he's, what martial artists, they carry themselves different.
Of course.
That confidence that just radiates. It's not like big dick confidence, right? It's like, I know who I am. Confidence. And that
Kayla went there.
I know. I was like, you guys didn't comment on that.
Not a jiggly.
I'm still
Not a jiggly wiener.
You guys didn't.
Not a JW.
From jiggly wiener to big dick contest. I don't know.
But
there's too much confidence, Kayla.
Yeah, and then no such thing.
Jeez.
No such thing. I also do feel the need. About 6, 7, maybe a year before I came here, I went also Tyson. He was like, jiu-jitsu is something you really excelled at quite probably because I was heavier and very strong, right?
Yeah.
Something that I learned quite quickly. And he's like, you should go find a place locally that you can even get more jiu-jitsu. To have a coach who would say that, right? And so I went to this local 10th
Yeah,
planet.
that's not selfish at all. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that made me come here too. But he was like, "Hey, you outgrown. Let's get you over there. If you're serious, you really want it,
And
you can
look,
go train
you've
with
never
the pros."
left.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson Lord.
You the man.
So
Thank you
then
for sharing Kayla with us.
I went to 10th Planet Tucson, and that's when the jiu-jitsu really came on.
Kicked in.
Anthony Burchek
Yeah,
used to
that's-
be.
yeah.
Yeah,
He used to
he
train
taught
here
me.
too.
Yeah, he taught
He's
me.
JW guy.
Yeah, he has a fight coming up, I think, but
He's
a
fighting
locally fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was fighting Japan. That's all.
yeah. He had two
Ri-
in Japan, I
Ryzen.
think. Yeah, Risen. Yeah.
Rising.
Ryzen.
Tomato. Yeah, whatever.
I love tomatoes.
I love tomatoes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, get your tomatoes away from me. But I learned a lot there as well. A lot of jiu-jitsu there as well.
Yeah, that's different.
And that's
style
when I
jiu-jitsu.
started really competing. Oh,
I'm a fan of jiu-jitsu to begin with, all of it.
Yeah.
But like I have my own theories about that 10th planet system versus traditional jiu-jitsu.
Misha's eyes light up when he talks about jiu-jitsu. He just
He
starts
does,
going
yeah.
into another world.
Yeah.
And it's okay at that. Too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's submitted everyone in the gym at this point.
Yeah, it'll be like 30 minutes before jiu-jitsu class, and Misha will come up and start just jogging around. Like, I'm like, oh, it must be about time. Better, better go put on the deodorant. Or,
I'm getting older, so I know I need to warm up like decently, because you guys training all day. I can't do that. I don't have the luxury, but still, that's my happy hour.
Yeah, and I remember my first jiu-jitsu tournament, white belt, shaking. Absolutely shaking. Absolutely terrified. I didn't tell a single person.
To show up, you mean, and watch you, or that you were going
I didn't
to
tell
it?
a single person I was going. I
Wow.
mentioned it to my coach, and he was like, "Yeah, go for it, man. Let's go." And this is Tyson, and go do it. Yeah. And so I got my mom with me. We went up to Phoenix, and I saw John Jones. I didn't know who he was. I didn't follow MMA at all, but I knew
Can't miss him. You see a
there's
big
this
tall guy.
There's this guy, and everyone's around him, and I was like, "Who's this? Who's this stud?
this
Let's go
guy?"
check this out." And so, and I won, by the way. I won by just falling on her and sitting on her, and I held side control for the entire time.
Wow.
And at the end, she got a triangle, and I almost started crying, but I won on points. But
Wow.
but
So John Jones.
so anxious.
You saw John Jones.
Saw John Jones, and immediately I became aware whatever was in Tyson that made him carry himself like a martial artist was in that guy. The way he talked to everyone, the way he held himself, and I was like, man, I don't know what that is, what that true confidence is, but I'd love to get some of that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think John
Yeah.
even knows he's the GOAT. He just walks around with that confidence that it's an
Forget the
interesting
goat,
thing.
forget you, just a person who's complete.
Yeah.
And knows himself, that true confidence, that true truthfulness that I now have in my life, but I wanted so bad, right?
Yeah.
And then I went home into the hotel that night, and I was looking at my Naga gold medal. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
nice.
I can do that. It's addictive. Yeah.
This is worthless.
Yeah. You want
But,
more. You want.
Yeah. I felt bad that I had just laid on
It's
her.
not worthless though. It's
Yeah.
It's a step.
Exactly.
It's a building.
But for
block.
me, I realized
Still,
I
I have a
realized-
lot of those worthless ones too. But like every time you look
Yeah.
at them, it's still something that
something you grow.
unique experience.
You never step
something's-
off the
yeah,
mats the same. Something changes.
Yeah.
And I realized at that point, I was like, man, I'd learned all these things in practice, and I didn't do any of it. I just sat on her. That's kind of disappointing, so I kind of wasn't a big fan of my medal. I kind of feel like you got this because you were 30 pound set, which I probably did, right? Especially because she got a triangle at the end.
It don't matter. You stepped on.
Right.
Stepped in there.
Right.
Yeah, you
And it's
still got
that
in there.
learning. And I made the decision, I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to do it better.
Yeah.
And I competed in jiu-jitsu so much, and it got my my anxiousness out of the way, so that when I did step into the octagon, I still was peeing my pants, but I wasn't vomiting.
It's a step at a time.
Yeah.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 20 right now.
And so
Baby.
yeah, exactly. You should
Yeah.
brand new.
Your
and
career
you're
just
fighting
started.
it. And what weight are you gonna you fighting at right now?
145. After this is gonna be 135.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna make that jump.
What was what was your experience here so far? You've been here for how long? For a while now already.
The day of my next fight will be 1 year.
Oh wow.
So October 6th, it's the
Anniversary.
balloon festival.
Yeah.
That's the weekend I came out, and I remember because it was
Fiesta.
incredibly
Seeing balloons everywhere.
inconvenient.
Fiesta.
Yeah. Traffic.
You'll offend
Incredibly
people if you say
inconvenient.
festival.
Can't find any rooms. There's no
Exactly.
traffic
My mom
everywhere.
was so angry. She was like, "Wow, 150 for a hotel room. Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
Of all the weekends we could have
Yeah,
came.
never come on the Balloon Fiesta weekend.
Yeah.
It's the most
Yeah.
crime. It's the most traffic. It's the most miserable experience for.
But now I always
people that
remember,
live
right?
Yeah.
You adapted pretty quick in here though. Like you jumped in right away. I remember you like going with Michelle Watterson, like not like.
Yeah, now she's in there sparring. Exactly, she's a sparring partner of
You know,
Watterson
like
for
I
this
remember
camp.
you
For
were
sure.
giving Michelle a hard time too with your jiu-jitsu too. I was like, wow, this girl was good.
Yeah. You know what? Michelle's gotten so much better at
Well,
not just jujitsu since I've been here,
Everything.
but yeah,
It's
everything. But
Will-
especially her ground and pound,
Yeah,
her
Will-
grappling.
Will girl, man. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
MSG.
It's amazing.
Couple weeks. She's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Oh,
exciting.
I'm so excited. You know, it's crazy because we're all fighting
McGregor
on the
Khabib
same
MSG?
day.
Yeah, she's on that card. Yeah.
I know she's on the
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
It's always in Vegas.
We're all fighting on that same October 7th is going to be like the day after Christmas when like all the gifts are open and you're like, all right, cool. Look at all these cool toys. You know, that was exciting. Guess Christmas isn't another year, you know, just because, you know, I'm fighting, Michelle's fighting, Bree is fighting,
That's right, Brianna.
Rodney.
Cole.
Rodney's.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, we'll
Not
always
that, not that weekend, is he?
fight. We'll always fight, man.
They're fighting this coming weekend, I think, isn't it? I don't know. I can't keep track. It's
But anyway, Kayla's mom had a little predicament with the Habib and Connor fight and her fight.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I call my mom, I'm like, Mom, got another fight. Mom's like, cool. When is it? And I'm like, it's October 6th. And Mom's like, October 6th? That's the day the Scottish guy is fighting the bear guy.
I love that.
And I'm like,
The
yep,
Scottish guy
that
and the
sure
bear
is.
guy.
And
So
she's
she
like,
follows.
yeah,
She follows. She's watching.
Wow.
she's like, I looked at the top 10 UFC fighters today. Like she was telling me, her favorite fighter is Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Well,
But,
that's a good guy to look up to. He's good.
Why she likes him so much?
Yeah.
Why is it?
I don't know. She says, I like how quick he is. She likes those quick 125ers. She's like, wow.
Well, has she seen Dodson and
Yeah,
Borg?
she likes Dawson too.
Those guys are fast, man. That whole
Yeah.
weight
What's
class
your
there.
prediction on Khabib versus McGregor, man? That's a cool ass fight. I'm so excited about that.
Man, that is a super awesome. Oh, but let me finish what my mom said. My mom was like, well, no one's going to go to your fight. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, Mom. You'll be there. And my mom was like,
oh, she's thinking about it.
well, I kind of want to see the bear guy and the Scottish guy.
Oh, no.
And I was like, wow.
What time is your fight? Is it?
I got no idea.
Well, it's not gonna be after 10 p.m. and
Yeah.
that's when the Scottish and the bear
We
guys
gotta-
are
It's
fighting.
going to be
This
late.
entire
Especially
card,
it's New
we
York,
have
so
to
it's going
hurry
to
up.
be behind.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
We have to hurry
it's
this
gonna be
card
late.
up so we can all go watch.
Yeah, that
It's
fight's
gonna-
gonna be around midnight probably
gonna be
here,
late.
or over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, if I had to, I love both of them for sure. I think they both evolved MMA. And I love whenever these kind of fights happen, just how everyone gets so into it. But if I had to give it to someone, I would say Connor. And I would say the thing that steps it over the scale is that every round starts standing. And that's a huge advantage, I think.
And then and then with Khabib every round finishes on the,
Well,
on the back.
I
so.
don't know,
No,
man.
I got
We'll
Khabib on
see.
that one.
I think
I
you're
got
right. I
Khabib
think
by
Connor's gonna just
by mauling.
I
Because
think
you have a
Connor-
very short window to land that perfect punch to take someone
Connor's
out.
gonna get tired.
But
like
you
he
know
does.
Khabib was going to close the distance. You know
Yeah.
that. He always does. You know, the man has never lost a single round, man. He has got, I don't know what people
Very
are talking
excited about that fight.
glass jaw, which he has never dropped in his life. I mean, everyone gets rocked in MMA. Everyone gets hit.
Small gloves,
But,
yeah.
you know, so that's a bunch of
It's
bullshit.
not even a
but
Russia versus Scottish thing. It's just two badasses, two legends of the sport that are just gonna go
He's
at it.
Irish. My mom just says Scottish.
Irish, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Scottish,
Just-
exactly. Irish,
Making sure.
Scottish.
Yeah.
You got me stuck with Scottish now.
I've trained
Irish.
with
McGregor in a skirt.
Proper
I-
12.
I've
Whiskey.
trained
so,
with-
so it's not Scottish whiskey; it's Irish whiskey.
I was in
Proper
Khabib.
12.
I was in Khabib's corner for Pat Healy fight. So, and I stayed with him for a week leading up to that fight. So I'm kind of somewhat close, in my opinion, to him, obviously. So, and he's a good man, just period. He's a very good person.
I bet both of them are. I bet both. I think
I'm sure Conor is a persona. He portrays a certain way, but I think he's taking it too far a little bit. I just don't understand the man drinking 3 weeks prior to his fight, man, drinking. And stuff.
I don't think he's really drinking.
I mean,
he was drinking.
That was
he was drinking.
That was a prop bottle.
That was prop.
Come
that was
on,
prop
no
whiskey.
way he's
Dude,
drinking.
he was all red and rowdy, and he was drinking.
It's all
bro.
part of the game. He's an actor. He knows how to
Fight game.
The
I think
only
fighters
true
know
winner
how
of this,
they
the only
fight,
true winner is going to be the UFC. They are going to make so much damn money from this. It's not even funny.
I think I'm a winner in it too, because I'm gonna,
Right.
the future of the UFC, right?
You are the future. 20
right?
years old.
Like
heck.
not just me, but everyone, who's gonna be there. I think they all win when fights like this happen.
True
you
story.
know,
It's a very
I
true
think the
story.
entire MMA community, because it gets that attention, and that's just so
And you're fighting on that
important.
date, on that very important date.
Right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
That says a lot. You made it to the card.
I don't know about that, right? But
You're on the undercard.
Like on the prelims.
that's yeah. I'll take it.
I knew it. I knew you'd make it.
Yeah, but it's a win for fighting. It's a win for
It
MMA.
is. Well,
Yeah,
those Irish fans are so crazy too. They're gonna be.
But see, New York, man, so it's going to be a lot of beef because New York is a lot of
course.
like a lot of
Well,
Russians.
it's a lot of
Everyone.
Irish, a lot of Russians, a lot of
It's going
there's
to be crazy. Man. A lot
I'm
of
so
drunk
excited.
Russians versus drunk.
Yeah, the New York was
Irish.
built on a lot of Irish blood,
Sure.
So it's
Although it's going to be a lot of Muslim Russians and they don't drink. So.
Not,
Yeah, the
not to
Dagestanis,
rain
yeah.
on the parade, but it is in Vegas.
oh, it is.
It is. It's
Yeah.
you threw me
Well,
off.
yeah. What?
T-Mobile Arena.
Well, they had the press conference in MSG
Right.
though. That's what threw it off. Yeah.
Sure,
That
There
throws
we
off
go.
the time too.
Son
Now I'm
of a
sad.
bitch.
threw me off.
Damn it,
I
Vic.
knew it was. I knew it was.
That's
in,
right.
in Vegas.
Vegas. Damn it. No one even corrected us on the thing. They just let us ramble on
No
about
one cares.
nonsense. Either
Yeah.
way,
Well, the following month there's one in New York.
that's right. And then the one in December. There's
It's
another
always-
one.
We got
Vegas.
on that card. Got Michelle versus Herrick. Michelle Waterson.
Felice Harrington. Yeah.
I think Michelle is going to run through her. I don't know, maybe because, I mean, styles make fights, really, right? But
Right.
I mean, we saw what Paige Van Zandt did to Herring, and then what Michelle did to which I never base it on
Right.
decision. I never do, but something to think about. But Michelle is just, I don't know.
I never want to make prediction
I
when it
never
comes
do.
to like teammate in case like that
Oh, I
puts
know.
pressure, right?
Yeah.
But like, yo, Michelle, if you're watching this, stop. Just pause it real quick. Skip like 2 minutes. I think Felice Herring. I think there's different levels, and I think Michelle is very surprising, very more than 2-dimensional, more than 3-dimensional. She's a 17-dimensional fighter, and it's
Herrig is or Michelle?
Michelle.
Okay.
I just so she's just such an artist with it,
Well, and you can speak a lot to that because you've been sparring. I saw you
Yeah.
yesterday or a couple days ago sparring with her. I mean,
Right. The thing is, if you kick me in the face, I'm really gonna hope you kick everyone else in the face. You know what I'm saying?
I may
Like,
even have a picture of her kicking you in the face.
That's actually
No, you don't.
You know what? And that says a lot about you
I
spar.
try.
And that says a lot about you sparring with someone as high level as Michelle Waterson. That's
Right,
where
for
it
sure.
because we don't allow a lot of amateurs obviously to go up and spar. Because you
Yeah.
have to go through a specific process and gain certain trust and gain certain experience and gain.
Right.
There's this process, right?
Right.
That we have, and then you being there, which obviously like Joe will be the deciding factor usually, and then when you
Joey,
start,
yeah.
because he's your coach, right? And even I remember from
He
a couple
is.
months in when you got in, he says, "Man, this girl is going to be some good, man, eventually," because and we had a lot of like, fighters that come in from overseas, and people that already fight pro level, and they have hard time with you, and most of the time you even win, and they like fight high level. So that's actually very interesting to observe. So
Right. And
you
that's the thing. I'm so lucky that I'm at Jackson's, a place where I can get so much knowledge, yeah, but also advice on how to do it right.
Yeah.
You don't want to rush into your pro career.
And your fights,
You
like
know?
when I saw your fights, is like, I mean, you are ferocious, man. Your ground and pound. I was like, holy shit, she's like so nice, but she's so fucking mean. You know, when she's on top of you,
Yeah.
man. And you just, it's funny how these fighters, you know them personally, and then they one way, right, when you meet them, like, you're nice, outgoing, and then when the cage closes, you're just a different animal that just
Yeah.
some kind
know,
of
I've never-
instinct kicks in. You're just like, kill. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't want to hurt you, but
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, but either
Yeah.
you or me, right, at that point.
Right.
So-
Also, I've never met a UFC fighter who was mean,
Mm.
or even a good fighter who was mean,
Yeah.
Like I said,
Most of good people.
being a fighter, but being a martial artist,
It's
you even those that I'm sure, do trash talk and such, I'm sure, their core beliefs are good, not, that's a big philosophy issue, right? Good and bad. But, I always like fighters. I always think they're amazing people.
Of course.
Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Celine just wrote, I hope Habib gonna hungry hippo Connor. Celine is a big fan
Speaking
of Habib.
Yeah,
She
speaking
told
of,
me, bring Habib over here for seminar. I'm like, yeah, it'd be impossible.
Yeah.
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 He's like,
Come on, Misha.
He's super AKA.
You're
guy.
Russian? He's
super-
Russian?
Doesn't
He's
matter.
hardcore AKA.
He's hardcore AKA.
Well, it
He's
depends
home.
on which Russians you ask if he's really Russian.
Well, it's
He's the Dagestani guys. Are,
the Russian citizen is just
Yeah.
there's no differentiation in between, like, and Russia, because that's why if you call them Russian, they get upset
Yeah.
because they're not like,
Yeah.
like Russian Orthodox.
learned
or
all
something.
this
They're
from-
Muslims, but they in a separate republic that's within Russia, so it's kind of like
That makes sense.
they're not 100% Russian, but they have the Russian, they have Russian passports, the Russian nationality. So there's no other ways to. I don't know what other ways to call them. That's why
Right.
everyone gets confused.
yeah, I got schooled on that with Arlovsky. He would punish me and yell at me if I.
And because it's almost
said
became
certain
like
people were
because there's so
Russian.
many nationalities in Russia,
Russia's huge.
It's huge. So
Yeah.
it's like 8 time
Russia's
zones,
huge,
8 time
yeah.
zones. So many languages spoken. So it's
Yeah.
if you speak Russian, you're Russian, kind of like that's what how foreigners perceive us, right? So if
Yeah.
you like, pretty much that's how
I don't
foreign-
like being white anymore. I'm going to be Russian.
That's how everyone perceives. But there's within the country, there's like that division in a way of who is who.
You can pass
know,
off as a Russian.
which you
Kevin.
can say, you know what's going
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
for the outside people that don't know the culture like that, they'll just everyone's Russian. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, plus it's hard. How else do you call someone when they represent the Russian flag and they said they represent Russia? So
umbrella.
what are you gonna call them?
Yeah.
What are you gonna call them? Okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy from Russia. I mean,
East Russia.
East Russia, West Russia, Dagestan. Yeah, so it's that's why there's no reason.
Start
to
practicing your Russian. Just
upset about
Privyet.
it.
Privyet.
Privyet.
Say it. Come on. Privyet.
Privyet.
do it.
I'm afraid something else is going to come out.
No,
right
it's
now. Try that.
Yeah, don't say it.
Don't say it.
Either way, Celine Bennett.
It's just a greeting.
Celine
nothing
been
dangerous.
Celine been a
It's like-
huge help, man. I was trying to get her on the show here, come, and she's like so nervous, man.
Come on, Celine.
Like
M-
Celine.
Maybe if she would have.
We could have
Come
fun,
on with-
play poker,
Celine's
Yeah.
awesome.
learn Texas Hold'em.
So one of my favorite
She's an
stories
OG.
with Celine that she was telling me is that one day she was going to, her poker tournaments, right? Doing her
Oh, she loves that.
doing her thing, right? And one of the guys, I guess they were kind of, maybe trying to flirt or whatever, and they were like, caught on that she did MMA, and they were like, so, you think you could beat me up? And Celine was like, if I could not beat you up, I would literally kill myself. Because we do this all the time. We train. She's
sounds like
dedicated herself every single day. That she's like, if I could not beat you up, I would literally kill myself. Oh no, she said, do you have any mixed martial art experience? No, I would literally kill myself if I could not beat you up.
Yeah.
Like,
And I will concur.
And this poor
I
guy's just
love
trying to
Celine.
get a date with her, and she's over there wants to kill him.
She got
He wants to
hired
kill
for-
herself.
Mark, like, you know how tiny Celine is,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So,
yes.
dude, she will murder you.
Oh, I know. I watched
Dude,
her. Believe me.
You are like a grown, strong man, right?
Not to mention, she started doing the yoga and that stuff.
Kayla will murder you, bro.
Oh, I
This
know.
tiny girl
Hey, I
sitting
know.
in front of you will
I'm
kick
not-
your ass.
I'm
And
not
I'm
a-
not even telling Nick about it. Nick, you will be like freaking, Splatter on the wall.
Wow.
Wow.
Poor Nick.
Wow.
Dang.
Dang.
Let's mark it.
Yo, Nick, you got nothing to talk to you like that? You
At
gonna
least
let
Mark
him
has
talk
some
to you
weight. At
like
least
that?
Mark has some weight on
At
it.
least I can sit on it.
Yo, Nick,
His-
your daughter's watching.
His hot takes coming in when he rolls into the show at 12:01.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
He was working on
Hot
his
takes.
jokes.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this two trained, man, and they don't.
Yeah. But with Celine,
I
At least
train-
he-
Who's
at
going to
least
take
home.
pictures?
he tried. At
Who's
least
going
he
to take
tried.
pictures
I
if
train
have
at
trained.
home.
if I'm
take
training?
selfies.
You know, let me tell you about Kayla here. She is so aware of her surroundings. Yesterday, couple days ago, I had a great picture of her getting choked out by Joey.
Coach J.
Coach Joey, we had her in a great little.
Oh, what she did, like pointed. I
Oh,
saw
then,
that picture.
and then she sees my camera, and she got out of that thing so quick. I mean,
Okay, so you know the quickest way to get out of something is
point a camera at you. Yeah.
Oh,
so
look at that.
I was
just didn't see it.
So he was choking me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sit in this. I'm gonna as long as I can. I'm gonna
But then
ride
she
this
sees
out."
that camera, and she's like, "Nope."
And I saw it, and I was like, and
you-
Joey goes,
And so
Right.
she's like, I got you didn't get a shit. So all I got a picture of her is pointing at the camera with
"Yo,
Joey
can we
laughing.
talk about Coach Joey for a minute?"
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah! Let's
Oh
talk
my
about
gosh.
Joey. He's the
Legend.
man.
Since-
Close it out with Coach Joeyisms.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Look what time it is. This show. This
There.
was a fast show.
There.
Good.
Good.
But like
From a mile
since I
away.
came here, I had some striking, and I definitely had some jiu-jitsu, but I did not have MMA, and Joey has combined it all
Yes.
together. He is
He is a legend.
exactly what I needed. He's exactly the person I needed, and
He's passionate about it.
he's perfect, man.
He's an angel.
He's always there. He's so real too. That's my thing is, despite the hyper exterior, I'm definitely not a positive person or a negative person. I'm a realistic person, and I pride myself on that. And that's the same way Joey is. I'm not paying money. I'm not traveling across the state. I'm not leaving my mom behind to come out here and have a coach tell me how good I am. I came out here to improve and to get better, and that's what Joey's done for me. And he's just elevated me so quickly in so many ways. He's just an amazing coach.
Well, Joey's the guy. Joey's the guy that decides when you go pro. He's the one
Yeah.
that's going to give you that nod and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you have proved yourself. I've been watching you for a year now. You have
Right.
this experience from the past. I've gave you all the tools for now. You're, so
Joey's opinion matters more to me than my own opinion.
that says a
which
lot about
is-
him. He's
I'm like, yeah, I assume Joey probably knows more about this than I do. Let me ask him.
yeah.
Like every fight I take, every coach that I train with, like every I always run it by him because not only is he phenomenal in teaching hands, striking, grappling, wrestling. Yeah, he's a phenomenal coach. So what? He's a phenomenal person.
Yes.
He's mentally leading me in the right place. He's making sure I don't get lost on this path, or taken advantage of, or and that's another thing about being an amateur here is it's going to be pretty hard for me to get taken advantage of just because I have I can go up to Holly and be like, "Hey Holly, who's your manager?" Or, "Hey Michelle, how do you diet?" Like I can do that.
Yes, you can. You're
That's
part of the
such a
team.
privilege,
Yeah.
like
Did you have idols coming
Yeah.
in here that you just had to meet, that you were like nervous to meet, that you knew they were at JW? And
I mean, look, here's the reason I picked Jackson's, right? All my favorite fighters who I love their personality, I love their fighting, they all were here.
yeah,
I had this realization like,
pick one.
oh shoot, they're all from the same place. And then Tyson Lord, who sent me here, officially, he was my, head coach. He still is, right?
Yeah, he's
You're-
gonna corner you
Yeah,
forever. Yeah,
absolutely. And he was like, "You know what gym you should go to is Jackson's. That's my favorite. That's the one I would suggest."
That's cool.
And just doors opened up. Then I found out it was only a state away. It wasn't in Florida
Yeah, it's not
or
like you're
in
going to the East Coast. Yeah,
right. I could still, if I miss my mom or my mom needs me, I get in my car.
Yeah.
I
Be
don't
right
need a
there.
plane.
Yeah, be
7-hour
right there.
trip.
It's
Yeah,
easy.
That's those people here from China and Russia.
yeah.
That's terrible.
India.
Yeah, you know, and like Andrew Tennyson, who's another amazing coach of mine,
Yeah, he's
teaches me a lot of awesome jujitsu.
He's good.
Oh, dude, I
Very
watch Andrew
sharp.
and I'm just like,
Yeah, he is definitely a
look
true,
at him.
true master.
Oh, and he runs me up the hill of tears.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some badass.
Oh,
jiu-jitsu
Andrew's
guys here.
hilarious too because like
I'm a badass jujitsu guy. What the fuck
Oh,
you talking about?
okay.
oh yeah, Misha's too. Misha's good too, guys.
Yeah, he's got to throw his name in the mix, of
Misha's
course.
good too.
Among
There was
those great
jiu-jitsu
coaches.
mentioned.
Just kidding.
He does coach. He's taught some classes.
But yeah, for sure. My thing about Andrew is like he is such a he's 6-1 as a pro. He used to serve in, I believe, the Army. I don't know, but definitely
he's
some.
he's
I
got
was
secret
in-
squirrel
I was
shit
in the
going on.
Navy.
What's up,
I was in the Navy.
Misha?
Yeah, it's not always about him. Look at
Misha.
Misha. He's got
We gotta set up a super fight between. Look
finally.
at you doing that little. I also Kayla. I
just
also
trying-
control your
I'm
rank.
looking-
Hey, he's
Kayla.
just trying to impress you,
I'm
Kayla.
looking impressive. Yeah, looking for approval.
I'm already impressed. I'm already impressed.
Kayla, it's been a true honor to have you on the show today. Seriously, you're
You're
an
an amazing
awesome
teammate.
Oh,
You
thank
have
you.
amazing energy.
Plug your
Oh,
fight.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Plug
Where's
your
it
next
at?
fight.
How
Plug your
much?
next fight.
How
Plug
can
your
we
social
support
media.
you?
Plug your.
Oh shoot.
Here's your moment to plug yourself.
It's in Pueblo, Colorado. It's for I think.
Pueblo.
Yep.
Pueblo.
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 Use your vowels.
Pueblo.
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 Oh, I haven't. Pueblo.
Even Misha
It's-
can do
so
it.
it's on the Pueblo,
Pueblo.
right?
Pueblo. Like a
Pueblo?
pebble.
Pueblo.
Pueblo. There's
It's
a
Indian
U in there.
reservation.
I have a slight lisp.
Uh,
Pueblo.
Pueblo.
Something like that. Pueblo,
it's on
Colorado.
a reservation, right? Indian reservation.
No, it's
No,
not
no,
a
no.
prince.
Oh.
It just
It's
sounds
a-
like a Pueblo. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
not
right
really
near-
a
It's
it's-
Pueblo.
Yeah. It's Colorado. It's about 5 hours away. It's like right before Colorado Springs.
Yes.
Joe is going with you.
Joey is going with Michelle that day, but I have
that's right.
Seth,
Oh, that's
who's
right, that's
another
right.
awesome coach.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
that's the thing. I have so many awesome people. When I first came here, I was like, oh, only Joey in my corner. Only Joey in my corner. That is all I want.
But
And then I was like, oh, Andrew Tennyson. Oh, look at Seth. You know, Nick Gonzalez. Look at all these awesome guys. You know, like Lenny Lovato. You know, like
Great
This
wrestling
gym
coach.
is-
Look
yeah,
at all
we've
these
been
awesome
working
guys.
a lot on wrestling. I see it.
October
Yeah.
6th.
October 6th, Pueblo,
Yes.
Colorado.
Jackson's MMA 2039 Alma Avenue, Pueblo, Colorado. General admission is $35. They will sell you the full seat, but you only need the edge.
Quick Nick with the play-by-play over there.
I thought he was saying like seats were so limited they were gonna make you like sit like
The edge of the seat.
share
Yeah.
seats. I was like, dang.
People gonna be standing for that fight. When danger gets in there.
So, in your personal opinion, how long is it going to take you to get to UFC?
It depends a lot on what Joey says and such, and you know.
There you
Here's
go.
my thing is I'd like to get there quickly. I'd like to for sure. But, just like everyone else, right? But I'm not in a rush.
Get you on that contender.
I want to
show.
do it right.
Yeah.
You know, that's my biggest thing is I have one opportunity. I'm going to do it right.
One fight
I'm
at
in
a
the
time.
right place.
Yeah.
I'm with the right people.
Concentrate on
have
Pueblo.
confidence in the fact that we have confidence in you, man. Big confidence, because I know, how many people we see coming through, right, and all this type of skill sets and levels and things like that. I think you're very well skilled and you're extremely strong.
Thank you.
You're extremely strong. Have confidence in
We
that.
will be.
Thank you.
Use that to your advantage. Just like build on the previous fights that you had, because you're a vicious fucking killer when it comes
Thank
down
you.
to fighting. It's 100% true, and
And your fight's early enough in the day that
Yeah,
we'll
so-
definitely be watching it.
Make
Someone's
sure you
going to be
stream it,
streaming
yeah,
it.
gotta make
Someone's
sure
going to be
make sure you
streaming
mark
it.
Yeah,
that.
Bree is on that same card.
Is there a bootleg stream available, vertical, cell phone video, anything?
anything? I gotta see the
Anything.
domination. Who you fighting? By
And
the
then
way?
we can watch Michelle later.
A girl named Barb. She's also 3-0, so it'll be,
Oh, wow.
someone's
always
has got to go.
Wow.
Ah.
I
Ain't gonna
love
be
those fights.
O's.
I love those fights.
Was she striker, grappler? Everything.
Yeah.
At that point, it's kind of like whatever.
Everything, I don't want to talk too much, but I definitely have seen her fight a few times, and I feel ready. With just like with anyone, it's hard to not feel ready when you go to a place like this.
Yeah. And she's from Colorado over there.
She's actually stationed in Albuquerque, trains in Colorado.
Oh, so she's a military.
Yeah,
Oh, a reservist. So.
yeah, something.
Cool. Well, we're coming, so whatever.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
Kayla, thanks for coming down. Appreciate you.
Thank
You've been
you,
a part
Kevin.
of this team for a year now, and we
10 more years to go.
finally got you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you supporting our
Support your local
amateurs
fighters.
and supporting the team. And keep
Kayla's
tuning in.
Mama Llama. That's
Support.
your mom?
That's my mom.
Hi, Mom. We were talking about you earlier.
Yay! Fine, there she is. Kayla's
Kayla-
Yeah, she likes
Mama Llama. Love
I
it.
like that.
she's getting she only made social media so she can follow me,
All right.
and she's just getting used to it. So
Okay. You can rewatch
you
it, Mom.
Well,
We talked about-
rewind the show because we bragged about you. She bragged about you. So
And
go ahead.
thank you for your support.
And thank
Mom.
you so much for sending her to us. We appreciate you.
We love having her.
And make sure we get Kayla's Instagram because she drops a lot of funny.
Yeah,
stuff
what's your
on there.
Instagram?
oh yeah, I got all my
what's
memes.
your IG handle there?
Kayla Roo. It's KAY_LA_ROO.
You will be entertained.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
what
got
goes-
lots of memes.
Yes.
What goes into a good meme?
Love. I like the pure memes. I like dogs. That's usually all that it really takes for a good meme.
Yeah, Celine does the little rodents, and you do dogs.
Animal fact of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
me and Celine, we complete
Guys
each
are
other.
awesome. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Support our sponsors. They're good people, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Through these doors walk the greatest fighters in the world.